We got some good news, folks. We have some good news. I am a very happy man. Hey folks, Pete here from Thairish Times. It's been a couple of weeks now since I've done an update video on Thailand's reopening, so I thought in this video I'll fill you in on the new updates, and there's been a couple of big ones since I've last made a video. Hang around and I'll fill you in. Right folks, so the first piece of news, big news, giant news, is that from the 31st of October they're going to cancel the curfew in 17 provinces and tourist areas. That is fantastic. We've been locked up at like 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock for the last couple of months. And if you know Bangkok, it's a city that never sleeps. It's a 24-hour city. And yeah, when someone takes away your freedom like that, it is a bit, yeah, it's hard to deal with. And I'm sure you guys can relate to it as well in your countries if there has been curfews. But yeah, we're fantastic. I am very, very happy. So next up, let's talk about what's happening on the 1st of November. But before we do that, we're not going to do that here. If you've been following this channel, you know I like to mooch around. I like architecture, I like buildings, I like the design of how buildings look and all that. It just fascinates me, and Bangkok has some beautiful buildings. So we're going to go check out a place, and I'll give you more information at that place. Let's go. Right folks, we are at the Chong Nong Si area of Bangkok now. It's the financial district, and there's some really cool buildings around here. I'm going to show you some in a second. But let's take a look first at King Power Mahanakhon. Every time I see that building, it just blows my mind. It's like I was a kid playing with Lego. It looks like the Lego buildings, or it looks like a Lego building. I think it's great. I'm yet to go to the top. I will go to the top someday. I'll make a vlog on that, but today we're talking about the reopening of Bangkok and Thailand. So let's get into that, Pete. Stop messing around. Okay, first up, let's talk about quarantine. From the 1st of November, 46 selected countries do not have to do the mandatory quarantine, but there are a number of rules or steps that you must follow if you're from one of these countries and you want to enter Thailand. There's now a new system in place that replaces the COE, the Certificate of Entry. It's called Thailand Pass, and it's a web application where you can get information, gather information, and then you can upload your documents online. And it's dubbed as being far faster than the COE method before. People complained a lot about that being overcomplicated. So apparently, Thailand Pass is supposed to be much more efficient, much easier. And it's starting to rain now. I gotta get out of the rain. Just before I run out of here, because I forgot my umbrella, have a look at this. Old world meets new world. Yeah, you got Mahanokhon Tower in the back, and then you have, this is an old Thai house. It's now a restaurant called Pai, P-A-I-I, and yeah, it's like in the middle between 3 skyscrapers. There you go. So here we have what I like to call the Starbucks Christmas tree. This is Saturn Square, big office block, and they have the Starbucks Christmas tree. And I've never been in there because I don't like Starbucks and I would rather not waste my money. Now folks, I just came into Siam Paragon because I got caught in the rain. It is rainy season after all, and I have to say I am pleasantly surprised. I did not expect it to be as busy as it is. You know, people think Bangkok is quiet and stuff like that. It's not the case anymore. People are out and about these days. We're just getting on with our lives. And okay, stop rambling there, Pete. Let's talk about how you apply online with the Thailand Pass. Okay, first things first, you need proof of vaccination. So you're going to have to upload your vaccination papers online, and they're going to be approved online as well. And then you need a PCR test that has to be taken not longer than 72 hours before departure. And it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it. It has to be negative. You must also have a flight and a hotel booked as well before you arrive. Now let's talk about what happens when you arrive in Thailand. And I want to get out of this mall. I'm kind of bored in here. There's nothing going on. I'm not a mall type of guy. Alright buddy, are you coming to Thailand in November? You've got a very fancy shirt on. Right, we're mooching around the Siam area now, and it looks like it's going to rain any second. Big dark black monsoon clouds hanging over my little Irish head. Anyway, let's talk about when you arrive. Okay, you arrive at the airport, you're going to get a PCR test, and then you're going to have to wait at a hotel for 1 day. You're going to have to spend a night at a hotel waiting for the result of that PCR test. And that hotel must be located 2 hours from an international airport. So for example, if you arrive at Suvarnabhumi, you'll be able to go to Pattaya because that's not 2 hours away, okay? But if you arrive at Suvarnabhumi, you will not be able to go to Hua Hin because that's over 2 hours away. That's about 3 hours. Okay, so you'll probably have to stay in Bangkok then for 1 night waiting for that result. And let's hope it's negative. Oh, look at that cloud. Huh? Anyway, for children that are under 18 that are not eligible for vaccination, they just need an RC or T PCR test no later than 72 hours before departure. Back in the mall again. Thunder and lightning outside. Anyway, the one that a lot of people are complaining about is you're going to have to download a tracking app when you arrive at the airport. And I don't really know how that one's going to work. You know, and I can understand why a lot of people don't like the idea of their movements being tracked. But yeah, that's one of the requirements when you arrive at the airport. So why these 46 countries on the list? I hear people talking about that. Some people are saying that why are some countries on the list when they have a high level of the C word? Well, it's not based on high or low risk countries for the C word. It's based on the number of tourists from those countries that typically visit Thailand per year, every year. So that's how they decided on these 46 countries. And they're talking about really kind of monitoring it in November and then in December opening it up for more countries. I mean, that's the aim of the game, isn't it? Open it up and let as many people back in as possible. So yeah, That's the story. Now, while I wait out the massive rainstorm outside, I'd love to hear your opinions. What do you think? Are you going to come here in November? Are you going to wait a while? What's your plans? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm interested to hear what you think. And I'm also interested to hear your opinions for future vlogs. What would you like to see on this channel? Some people say they like the walkabouts. Some people say they like the interviews. Put it in the comment section. I'm interested to hear your thoughts and opinions on what kind of content you want to see here on Thairish Times. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We are so close to hitting that 4,000 sub mark. I would love if we got there. I always said let's try and get there before Christmas. So share it on your Facebook, share it on your WhatsApp, share it around, share it everywhere, here, there, everywhere. And I'll see you on the next one, folks. Take care of yourselves. Thank you very much.